Another subclass of pronouns, which are the relative pronouns, that we are all familiar with such types or such a class of pronouns. They try to relate from their name, relative pronouns. They try to relate to sentences. The functions and interrelations of the relative pronouns are best handled in connection with relative clauses. يعني they try to what? To relate two clauses together. And nominal relative clauses. Here we need only tabulate an inventory of the items, and of which shows number distinction. There is no number, and there is no difference between singular and plural. WH series reflects the gender between the difference between personal and non-personal. Personal who, whom, whose. Non-personal which and whose. يعني who for personal, which for non-personal. There is an inflected genitive when بالrelative determiner the man whose. يعني the whose, it is the relative or the relative case of as what? It is the genitive case of who. وطبعا الwhom it is the objective case, والwho it is the subjective case. For both who and which, they are referred to the of genitive. With personal antecedent, which it is for what? For personal antecedent. The personal objective whom is often replaced by who, but never when preceded by a preposition. And it is okay to replace who by whom, but if it is replaces by a preposition, you restrict yourself to use whom, not who. For nominal relative clauses, there is the personal whoever, having nominal, and the non-personal pronoun and determiner which or whichever. In addition, there is a nominal relative pronoun and determiner whatever money I have, you can borrow. Again, what else? General purpose genitive pronoun used irrespective of gender. with that it is used for personal and non-personal. The knife that I broke the blade of. هذه informal. طبعا there are some relative clauses that there is in which I can omit that. Zero relative or zero that. Zero is used identically to that, except that it is unacceptable where the relative pronoun is subject in its clause. يعني إذا عندي that clause, you cannot use that. يعني you cannot omit that. If it is that clause functions as subject, you cannot omit that. The pen I want is missing. The pen I want is missing. The pen I want, it is what? The pen that I want طبعا. The pen that I want is missing. يعني it is not per subject. But it is anagrammatical. So the pen writes. هذا anagrammatical. It is not okay to omit that. المفروض هذا that it is obligatory. The pen that writes best is missing. طبعا هنا إذا تشوفون now I have two different subjects. The first subject is the pen. The second subject is I. But if it is the same subject, you should or you have to use that. What about the interrogative pronouns? Interrogative, they resemble that the WH interrogative. The interrogative are identical in form and in case relation with relative pronouns. يعني they have what, which, who, يعني بالform وبالcase. But in addition to the basic difference between interrogative and relative, there are functional differences in details. يعني okay, they are the same in formal case, but they are different in function. Relative to relate. Interrogative, there is some sort of information they try to ask about. Interrogative determiner, in which they function as determiner. Personal, whose. Personal or non-personal, it is which or what. طبعا بالuse راح يختلف. Interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns هذه determiner in which they become after, يعني they determine the noun. Interrogative pronouns personal like I have, who, whom, whose. Non-personal what. Personal, non-personal I have, which. And we are going to see what does it mean they are interrogative pronouns. Whether as pronouns or determiners, which are what have a constant relationship to each other with respect to definiteness. What has indefinite reference and which has definite reference. This is the difference between function or the relation to definite or indefinite. What is indefinite reference, which has definite reference. Let us see what does it mean. Okay, it's just like this. When I say which girls do you like best, means I have a definite number of girls that I know definite. They are definite for the participants. But when I say which girls do you like best, what I'm asking about generically, something indefinite for me. So this is the idea. So which here implies that the choice is made from a limited number of non-girls or non-books, whereas what implies a choice from an indefinite number of girls or books not previously specified. So which they are specified, they are limited, they are none, but what they are not specified, not limited, and they are indefinite. Moreover, the answer to a which question would probably more specific than the answer to which question. طب طلاب يشوفون interrogative question or interrogative pronoun is a pronoun. They replace a noun. So they what? They are, I have this question mark. لكن as a relative there is no question mark. They relate. Like many other determiner, both and all, which has an alternative of phrase construction. Which of the following, طبعا this is optional, which of the girls, which of the books do you like best? Move to demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns, again, they are four. They are four. Have number contrast. يعني I have singular and plural. You see? This, these, singular, this, plural, these, that, those. Can function both as determiners and pronouns. يعني, say what? This book. Again, I can say this as a pronoun. يعني أما as determiner before the noun in the noun phrase, or as determiner can be used alone. The general meanings of the two tests can be stated as near, يعني this with these, near the reference, with that and those they are distant, still بعيد. In this respect they match the pairs here, there, هذه, here for near, there for distant, now for near, then for distant. As with these, the relative immediacy and relative remoteness separate both literally and metaphorically. I like these pictures which are near me better than those pictures over there on the far side. تشوفون these لأنه يقول near me, near me, better than those pictures اللي هي what's on the far side, over there on the far side. I like this idea اللي هو you have just mentioned يعني قريب, near, better than that other one that you wrote to me about last year. يعني بالdistance. I will tell you this secret for it, or to get for reference, because you kept that other one back or anaphoric reference so faithfully. By further metaphorical extension, we have this with these used to connect in interest and familiarity in informal style. Then I saw away. طبعا كل هذه then I saw away يعني ها وين بالdistance. In the distance this lovely girl. This يعني هذا المفروض near, but here the meaning is not real. This is not demonstrative. It's some sort of familiarity with the style is informal. There can be corresponding emotive rejection implied in that those. Here يعني المفروض near, in near distance. Is that awful John's and those children of his. هنا راح يكرهون الجون فيبعدوا. Okay, it is near but يعاملوا معاملة distance, which is what some sort of emotion related to metaphorical and something not real. But please pay more attention to this rule. As subjects, pronouns may have personal or non-personal reference. Pronouns may have personal or non-personal reference as subject. This girl, that girl, هذا وين بالsubject is Mary, هذه personal. Okay. That pen is mine, هذا وين it is non-personal. Okay. هنا تشوفون هنا as determiner. This girl, this function as determiner. Like I can say this is Mary, that is Mary. ما عندي أي مشكلة. Say what? This girl is Mary, this is Mary. That girl is Mary, that is Mary. Function as subject. This pen is mine, this is mine. That pen is mine, that is mine. Here it is what? Non-personal. But if it is not a subject, pronoun reference is non-personal. ما نقدر نستخدم هنا as personal. He is going to marry. طبعا هذا it is if it is other than the subject. He is going to marry this girl. Now it is obligatory to use this girl, not this. Now, because only and you should not mention this here as pronoun. Only this girl as determiner. Why? Because it is personal. والمعنى هنا الfunction it is non-subject. I bought this picture. I bought this عندي non-personal. As relative antecedent, that those can appear in formal use, but there is no contrast with these, as only those can have personal reference. يعني هذه راح يصير فد relative antecedents. He admired that which was expensive. هذه ريت طبعا. That who لما نقدر نقول it is anagrammatical. Those which in which I have those with the relative pronoun which, those who, it is okay. Move to another one, which is the universal pronouns and determiners. What are they? Each and everybody. Universal pronouns and determiners comprise each, all, every, and the every compounds. يعني everyone, everybody, everyone's, everyone, everybody, everyone, everything, and everywhere. What are the every compound? Everyone, everything, everywhere, and everything. The two have as genitive يعني everyone's with everybody تاخذ as genitive. Despite their singular form, the compounds have collective reference. Collective depending on the antecedent, whether it is plural or singular. Along with every, they entail reference to a number or three. هذه بالevery. Usually more. Each entails reference to two or more. طبعا every entails reference to a number of three or more. Every for three or more. Will each for two or more. And has individual reference. There were two boys who called and gave an apple to each. هنا ما نقدر نستخدم everybody لأن أنا انطاني two فحدد. Okay. There were 7 boys who called and I gave an apple to each. فتقدر تقول to each and to everybody. And then okay, because boys it is used for two and more. Two and more. There is, however, a meaning difference between each and everybody. What is that difference? Each refers to individuals already specified, whereas everybody doesn't. يعني من أقول give a paper to each. Give one paper to each. من نقول لك to each that the people or the people or the student, for example, address, they are specified. من أقول لك to each تعرف أنت تعطي لفلان وفلان وفلان وفلان. Like when I give this or give a paper for everyone, لا حيكون المعنى they are not specified. So I walked into the room and gave an apple to each. Now طبعا an apple ما حدد لي. That's why it is ungrammatical to use each. It is only everybody because they are not specified. Everyone, each one, and all have of construction, and except all, these pronouns can have a singular or a plural pronoun for co-reference. Every one of the students should have their own books. هذه co-reference. Each one of the students should have his or their, and either collective, either plural or singular. Again, I have every can also be used with the plural expressions such as every 2 weeks, every few months, and there is a universal place compound here everywhere, as in everywhere looks beautiful in the spring. Move to the partitive pronouns. Parallel to the universal here in each with every, we have 3 sets of partitive pronouns with associated determiners. Associated determiner يعني something, some, any, no. Some, any, no. What does it mean? يعني some, something, somebody, somewhere, somebody. Nothing, no one, nowhere, nobody. Anyone, anybody, anything, anywhere. هذه called هي parallel. يعني عندي يعني everyone, everybody كذا. He saw something, some material. Did he see anything, any material? He saw nothing, no material. طبعا يعني I know that some for positive sentences بالassertive, will did for a question, non-assertive, will no جماعة no, and its compound for what? For non-assertive. Sorry, for negative. If you look here, as well as their usage with the plural and non-count nouns, the determiners some and any can be used with singular count nouns when they are stressed, and they can use with the singular count nouns when they are unstressed. Someone is frequently followed by or other. Someone or some is frequently followed by or other. Any apology will satisfy them. Here it is singular count noun. Apology is singular count, but here it is stressed, that's why it is okay. There was some book. Some book. Here, some book or other. Here, frequently used followed by or other. If you have a look, it is important to have a look about this diagram in which I have the universal and the partitive. The universal I have as a pronoun as determiner, and here I have singular, plural, and the determiner. Personal, non-personal, وعندي as don't counts. So try to have a look about this diagram. It is useful, but it is okay. They are mentioned. And concerning the partitive, assertive, non-assertive, and negative. The assertive singular, it is pronoun. It is as someone or somebody, something as a place or somewhere. Determiner, it is only or an. Here I have plural pronoun and determiner. I have some. Singular pronoun I have anyone, anybody. Determiner either or any if they are determiner. Again I have the plural. I have any. So this is try to have just they are what their count if they are used with count nouns, personal or non-personal.